Hello traders, and welcome to the end of the week and the Friday wrap-up, May 16th, 2014, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand in the hot sunny skies. It is Saturday morning in my time, and it is the 17th, not to confuse you all, but welcome, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. Remember traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Great to be with you on this Saturday morning as we talk about currency pairs after the market close in the New York session. Traders, let's get to the legal stuff. Before we do that, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I've been trading the Forex markets since 2006. And in 2008, I retired after a wonderful 27-year career in the fire rescue department in the great state of Florida. 9 days later, got on the Big Bird, came to Thailand for a vacation, and never went back. I'm still here, traders. All right, that's just a little bit about myself. I love what I do, guys and girls. I absolutely think that trading the Forex market is fun. It's challenging. It's interesting. It's like you have to be a detective to figure these markets out, especially in today's sentiment of the market, with so much globally going on. All right, let's just tap on the legal stuff. Traders, remember this is all for educational purposes only, and this is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, if you're trading with your expense money for the week, sit back and rethink. Maybe you should go to a demo account until you can trade the Forex market comfortably in your financial situation. All right, traders, a little brief commentary. I'd like to just spill on what happened this week in the markets. I thought, and I could be wrong, but I thought that the markets were pretty blah this week. We went a lot of days with no data to give us a jump start in the market. You know, no thrust, and so I thought it was pretty weak. Really, Thursday and Friday were probably the craziest days as far as market movement. I thought Friday was really up and down. It basically gave us strong in one side, and then 2 hours after the European Open, absolutely turned to the other side. We're not seeing any change now through the ECB, and I think they're going to probably print money and probably cut rates again and do all this stuff in June. However, I do think that the market has now priced this in. So when this news does come out, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I don't think when they do cut interest rates or print more money, whatever they're going to do in the next meeting in June, I don't think it's going to affect the markets, because I think it's already affected the markets. And the dollar remains to be strong. The yen remains to be strong. The pound was weak for like 2 days and absolutely took back off again Thursday and Friday, late in the trading day. So that's just a little bit of my commentary as we go forth. I think the euro is going to continue to stay weak. I think the pound is going to continue to be strong. I think the Aussie, you just have to watch day by day to see what the commodities are doing and what Australia is doing with their policies and any changes that they could make. So, what do you think, guys, girls? Maybe we should look at the charts. All right, I got a bunch of charts we're going to take a look at today. We're going to take a look at 8 different charts, I think, and we're going to look at the 15-minute chart. The reason I picked the 15-minute chart was I wanted you to see how the market reacted as far as price action went. And I'm talking about basically a spatial intelligence. Spatial intelligence is you come to the charts and you take a look and you look at this chart for a minute or so, and you should have an idea of what is this chart telling you. And if you look at this Euro Aussie 15-minute chart, this chart's telling me it's a bit in the range, right? It made one pop to the downside, came back up, came back down, retested support again, and basically is just floating around at the 200 EMA. And then the last 4 hours of the trading day yesterday into New York, look at how the market sold off and the dollar gained strength. But again, was it the dollar gaining strength or was it the euro being weak? I would have to say the dollar is gaining strength. All right. let's take a look at the pound dollar. Traders, this pair has been absolutely awesome to trade over the last 2 months, and it continues to be very well. And it's just pound strength. And the problem is we have dollar strength, so we're fighting strong against strong, and that makes this a little bit more of a challenge. However, you can see, the pound took off off the 200 EMA twice, and basically during the London session was strong. It dipped down at the beginning of the session, and then basically pulled back up. And you can see the last part of the New York Open sold off, and the dollar became strong again. But do I think that this is going to break through the 200 EMA come our next Asia session at the beginning of the week? I don't know. This is a 15-minute chart. It could. But if you take a look, you can see on the 200 exponential moving average, it has bounced off it quite a bit at that price level. So I'm looking probably for the bounce, and the pound, I think, is going to continue to the upside. Let's take a look at the euro yen. Just want to show you that we put together a trade plan on the euro yen on the Friday market open preview, and you can see that it sort of worked and didn't work. What happened was this ended up coming up to the top of the Bollinger Band and really never made it back to the 200 exponential moving average, being the green line on my chart. And you can see where I have it at 101.766. And when that box was put in there, that was the beginning of the trading day. It was basically about 2 hours before the market opened. So you can see the plan was, let it pull back to about 101.65. Let's look for the short, or retest the trend line and for a possible short. Well, that short happened twice. So you could have taken that trade twice and achieved some pips. So it did retest the trend line 2 times and dropped down. And the second drop was kind of nice. And then went sideways, and in New York continued to go sideways with a little bit of dollar strength again. So as I don't trade this per se, but I do use it as a tool in my toolbox trading the currency pairs. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Absolutely flat. Amazingly to me, this pair had been flat for 2 days and really almost 3 days, and it's just been sideways. It dropped off a little bit earlier, but no consistency with this pair, and I did not trade the Aussie dollar at all this week. The charts didn't look good. I just didn't like what they were looking at. If you looked at the hourly chart, and I don't know, I just stayed away from the Aussie this week. I didn't like what it looked like. Didn't show any kind of conviction on what it wanted to do. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. I absolutely adore this pair. I think this pair is a great pair to trade as a new trader in the markets. If you got a couple of months trading the live markets, you can even trade this Euro Aussie. It moves softly. It's not a whipsaw type currency pair such as the pound yen or anything like that. It's a very smooth pair, but it does move 126 pips a day on a 4-week average. So it does make some moves. However, on this 15-minute chart, you can see it didn't do very much. It did break below this 200 exponential moving average. And if you would have shorted that, that would have been the way to go. Of course, and all these pairs that we're talking about, the euro, why wouldn't you want to short and go against the euro? It's weak. It has no traction, has no grip. And I think we're going to see that for a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes. I think maybe Wednesday of this week, this will go back the other way. Okay, this is the euro yen sideways, absolutely sideways. Didn't see a lot of movement in this pair this week, so not a lot to say with the euro yen. And traders, I forgot to put on the chart what chart this is. So traders, this is just a chart. Enjoy it. But I have no idea what pair this is. So we'll just move on. And for our last pair of the day, let's take a look at the beast. This is the pound yen. Again, in New York, stayed below the 200 exponential moving average. Before that, the yen gained strength. And you remember I said that the first 2 hours of the London session, the yen took off, and all the yen pairs got very strong for about the first 2 hours of the London session yesterday. then went flat, and then became weak again. So that's a quick look at some of the currency pairs on the 15-minute chart. I know all the time we use the 1 hour chart. I just thought we'd go and look at a different chart. All right, traders, I would like to thank you for joining me this week. It's been a fun week. Hasn't been, I would say, an exciting week as far as getting pips this week, but reading the markets and trying to analyze what's going on, I thought was quite challenging and a lot of fun, because I love what I do, and it's just great looking at charts and trying to analyze what these markets are going to do and what these, countries are going to do with their currencies and stuff like that. So as we move forward for another exciting week next week, traders, enjoy your day and a half break. And from FXCL Excellence in Trading, and myself, we wish you a good weekend, and we'll see you in Asia at the beginning of the week. From sunny Thailand, traders, take care and bye-bye.